It's easy. Okay, let's start with the camera off. That's a good one. Okay. So I'm curious, have you experienced a moment of gratitude today?
Yes.
Very
well.
Beautiful. Okay, next question. Are you arriving with some level of tiredness or overwhelm? Yeah, for me it's the morning, so it's easy.
For me, overwhelming because being part of this training alone means something.
Next question. Is nonviolent communication new for me? Beautiful. We are all already. Next question. Are you more of a dog person?
What does it mean? I don't understand. What is a dog?
Do you prefer dogs or over cats?
Yay.
It's a hard one. I know it's a hard one. I love them both.
Anyway, I have a dog. I don't have a cat, but I have a dog. Yeah.
Okay.
I had both of them, and they're both very funny. So
I know. I love both of them.
But I love from a cat. I love that they are very self-supporting, and they have their own will, which I don't sense so much with dogs.
Yeah. So. Next question. Have you ever been in therapy?
But I think, if I may, Usman, your camera is permanently off, and I'm not sure if it's the camera or if you're playing.
No, I've put it on.
Okay.
Nice.
Thank you for checking that, Justina.
Sorry for that oversight.
Okay, next question. Do you believe there is something after death?
Wow. Death. T-H, you mean?
Yeah, that's something after that, that this doesn't end just with that. Yeah. Okay.
Yes. Sorry, just one more, because Usman, we are playing the game and we are supposed to turn off the camera now. And when you, I don't know if I'm not overstepping, but I have a feeling that there is a maybe misunderstanding. So we are now off.
No, I'm new. I will turn it off. I'm new, so.
Thank you. Thank you, Justina. So, Osman, I will repeat what we're doing right now, just for clarity.
Great.
So I'm sharing some statements. If the statement resonates, you're welcome to turn your camera on. If it doesn't resonate, you can keep your camera off. Okay, I think that's clear, Osman?
Okay.
Okay, thank you. Let me turn my camera off.
Yes, it is.
Do you get sometimes triggered and later feel regret or guilt about how you reacted? Yeah, I think that's a human.
Yes, of course. As human, of course, it does happen.
Okay, let's go to the next one. Do you find it's hard to say no?
What did you say? Do you find it hard to say no?
Yeah, to some people. Yeah.
Actually, it depends.
Yeah, sometimes.
It depends. That's a good.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
It depends.
It depends. Yeah.
Depends entirely on where and who.
And it also depends on Not only depending on the person, but also on how I'm connected with myself. If I'm really connected with myself, if I feel solid, then I'm much more able to do so. But sometimes,
yeah.
Agree.
Likewise, Simon. Thank you. Next one. Have you lost someone dear to your heart recently?
Depending what is recently, last year.
So if it resonates, you can turn on your camera. Yeah. And allow yourself to feel this. Next question. Is there a difficult conversation with someone important I am avoiding?
Yeah, always finding good reasons to not do the conversation.
Okay. Next question. Do you feel overwhelmed sometimes by the states of the world? Yeah. And the last one, well, there's two more ones. Are you experiencing pain?
Come again?
Are you experiencing pain in a relationship that matters to you in this moment? Are you willing to explore something new, even if it might feel uncomfortable? I bow down to your courage. And I want us to give us a moment because we just had the opportunity to feel each other and know each other. So I want to invite you, if we can see our faces on the camera for a moment. And yeah, honoring that this configuration of us meeting is probably never going to repeat again. And each one here is unique, has a story. And even though that we are in different parts of the world, we can be connected for a moment.
Yeah. That's good.
And I would like to hear one or two voices. What brought you here? Is there something particular that you would like or expect of this space today? I'm just curious also to sense What are the needs alive?
Maybe I can start.
Yeah, of course.
If that's okay.
Yeah, of course.
So first of all, let me just say that I'm so happy and I'm constantly smiling because I'm also really in awe how I imagined, I don't know, for whatever reason, that we will be like in hundreds here. And it's a very intimate space, and I was not expecting that. I thought that I could just be here and observe and be sort of passive in the conversation, but I'm so happy and glad that it turned out differently, because it's really about the connection so much. And so my story with NVC is really I haven't said anything about it, but it has some deep roots. And when I saw the title of the conversation today, it really, the word fragmentation caught my eye, because that's a very big issue and challenge in my life. You know, being a parent and working and taking care of a house and, you know, all the things like that. It can be challenging, especially because we don't have a safety net here, like a family. So the fragmentation part was very interesting for me. And I'm also, after 15 years of working in corporation with very fast-paced environment and very structured environment, I am transitioning into something more human-centered. And it's been always my dream, although, you know, maybe you do have similar experiences, or maybe not, but in my case, I just felt that the corporation world will be something, you know, needed for me and proper for me at that time. But now I see that it has never been so good to my body, to my mental state, to my emotions. That's why now I really intentionally am transitioning into those the fields of focus more within the human center, like themes or areas. And this conversation, today's meeting, is one of the steps that I'm taking. I really want to know and train and be more practical with NVC, because yes, the more practice I get, this also more morphs into my own, you know, communication. And this is really important for me, to communicate with a kindness and compassion, and be close to my kids, to my partner, to everyone, to my friends. And after years and years of you know, kind of mining my own needs, I am in this moment of my life that I want to really be open and voice my needs out. Yeah, that's why I'm here. I'm really glad. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you for your sharing, Justina. And you mentioned things that resonated in me. You first say connection. I'm here because I'm searching and wanting to. Yeah, connection, such an important and central word for the NVC, because this is part of what we do in NVC, is how can we create the conditions so connection can flourish between us.
Exactly.
And it really touches me when you say how to find a safety net. Where can I feel trust and be supported also, and not by myself? And you also mentioned that there was a resonance on the word fragmentation.
Yeah.
How there is this sense of isolation, fragmentation, living within, but also out there. No. And you say human-centered. This is beautiful. Like what comes to me is how can we go from a paradigm of object-centered relationships to a more human-centered relationship? And you also mentioned the body. I want to embody more this. And this is such an important part, because there is the idea and the practice, but then how can we embody this consciousness? And those are beautiful, beautiful questions. No? And
I have a secret plan, if I may.
Just for one thing, and you also mentioned practice. Sorry? I want to practice. And that's something I encourage everyone. The beauty of NVC, we don't have to practice it only on a workshop. It's all the time we're practicing human skills. Yes, Justina, what do you want to say?
Yeah. My also secret plan is to spread the NVC language. And, I can easily start it here, because I believe that the more we spread the things around, this will really become something large. So I really want to also teach people how to use it.
Yeah. And this, what you're bringing touches me deeply, because spreading tools and an awareness that allow us to be more able to see our humanness, to be more able to recognize that we're much alike, that the differences. So this is definitely, yeah, I resonate with your call, because this is a call that's very alive. And I think for many of you here, that's also a call, a calling inside. It's like life calling itself to heal, life itself calling. How can we reestablish the balance that has been broken and has created this fragmentation in the world? I would love to hear another voice. What is something that you would like to share of what you're expecting of this space, but also of NVC itself?
I think because the little I learned from Janina is NVC is very good, because I am part of this Insider Mediation Committee of Practice. We do have online meeting with New York, UNDP New York, and I think I mentioned twice or thrice that this violent communication skills are very good for mediators. So that is why I'm very keen to learn it.
Yeah.
It would help us a lot.
Yeah.
In dispute resolution. Even yourself, sometimes you feel you are disconnected. How do I get connected?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
These are things that hampers a lot of people.
Yeah. And first of all, what comes to me is like, I feel gratitude that you are putting part of your service for mediation. This is a very necessary in our world. And it's very challenging to be in middle of a mediation. Because as you say, it's easy to feel disconnected sometimes. So there needs to be a lot of self capacity to be in contact with oneself and to own what happens when we are in a mediation. And to create a space of safety for those who are there. And that none of them feels that you are on one side or the other side, that you can hold both sides, even if there is this polarization and mediation. It's actually, we could say, the advanced part of what NVC can bring sometimes, because it means there is a lot of skills that has already been practiced and
also integrated,
experienced, no? So yes, thank you, Osman, for the work you're doing. I think NVC is definitely a very powerful tool. I use NVC for, I will present me a little bit. I'm a psychotherapist here in Mexico. I've been married for 27 years. I have 2 kids, but they have already left home. So I'm just an empty nester. They've left home. And as a psychotherapist, I work with couples. So I do a lot of mediation work with couples. There is a lot of work there. But I also hold spaces for men in circles. There is a lot of pain we as men and as women also, we are bearing, and there's no spaces for being witnessed this. So I've dedicated part of my last years to create spaces for men to be able to explore feelings in a safe container. Because part of the fragmentation has fragmented us from our own bodies. I have also some practice on mediation on organizations. Sometimes they need some people to come here and to hold spaces of safety. And I've been incorporated NVC for the last 15 years. So thank God this tool came when my kids were still at home. And I can really say it's one of the most biggest gift NVC have given me. It's the way I have nurtured my connection with them, and how creating a safe environment for them have allowed them to own their own power. And this is something I think also NVC, that's why it matters so much, because in times of confusion, of a time of, it's easy to be cynicism, like like this idea that there is nothing to do in the world. In this time of so much information, it's important for us to recover our power. And power understood as the capacity to mobilize resources and to have impact in our self and in our environment. So something that I truly celebrate that NVC had brought into my life is to understand that as a psychotherapist, there is a limit on the work we can do one-on-one or by myself. But that true healing also includes collective and working in connection with others and understanding that we are interconnected and interdependent. Most of our wounds have been relational, and those wounds create a sense of separation, a sense of loneliness that feeds individuality. So for me, one of the biggest gifts, and the way I name it, it's medicine, because here in Latin America we talk about medicines. Nature constantly is giving us medicine through plants, through the air, through fire, through being in connection with a community. And one of the biggest medicines NVC allow us to have is the medicine of how to build communities and to be part and to belong and to find the antidote for us to be in interdependence. Because this fragmentation has created this sense that we have to do it by ourselves. And for me, when I was in that place, that brought a lot of hopelessness in me and a sense of impotency, like it's not possible. And one of the biggest gifts of me going to an IIT in 2015, here next to me was the first IIT in Spanish in Latin America. And I was very lucky because it's like life saying, Vania, next here, like I had to drive like 30 minutes, the first one. And I went there. And what happened to me was, I remember one night, I couldn't stop crying because of this sense of feeling alone for so long. And then realizing that everybody who was in the IIT had this deep longing to be seen and to be part of something and to give their gift to others and to see each other and to be open and curious about others and likewise. And since then, there is a community that have grown up here in Mexico and Latin America, which I'm a part of. And for me, I understood it's important to have, as we call it in the community, islands of sanity. There is so much unsanity in the world that to have places where we can replenish ourselves truly, to truly be transparent, authentic, vulnerable. And NVC teaches us that through exercises and practices. It gives us intrapersonal tools, how to be in contact with my body, how to recognize my needs, how to give space and presence when I'm triggered. But it also gives interpersonal tools. How can I express it in a way that's going to be easier for you to receive me? How can I give feedback in a way that will be received as a learning process and not as a shaming or guilty one? How can I express with clarity a no and taking care of the connection between us? But it also goes into the collective. How can we recognize our interdependence and our interconnection? How can we understand that each one of us is a voice of something wider and that there is resonances on the field? And that life talks through us. And sometimes what I say, it's something that the whole needs to recognize also. And Marianne and I think most of us here probably, we have a very, we also include the connection with Earth itself and with nature. Because this is part of the fragmentation, to believe that we're separate from Earth itself. So how can we start including all of that and understand the more connections we have, the more support there's going to be for us. And the more power there's going to be. Our true capacity doesn't come from only our relation with ourselves, it comes from all our relationships. So yes, NVC matters now because we need islands of sanity. We need tools to express what's alive and what's important. To go beyond shame, guilt. To truly find the beauty and the love. And love, it's a word, I have realized it's difficult to express. Love. But there's what's behind it, it's some things we are longing for. And there's a word that for me was important, a concept, and which is love is precision. If I can be wherever you are, precisely in that place, accepting exactly where you are, there's something that unfolds magically there. It's not me wanting you to be different or somewhere else. It's like really honoring where you are. And likewise, when someone can be truly in a place where it's honoring the place where I'm at, there's something that unfolds inside of me. And when we are precise also in a group and we can honor all the voices without letting any of those outside, there's something that happens in the collective also. Yes, Simone.
I would like to ask something in German to Marianne, because I'm not sure if I understood it correctly what you said. You were talking about islands of sanity.
Yes.
That you wanted to create safe places which would be islands of sanity. And now I looked up sanity, and I'm not sure if that is really what you wanted to express. So I found Verstand, Geist, Gesundheit, Zurechnungsfähigkeit, gesunder Menschenverstand, Wahnsinn, Nüchternheit, Normalität, Verantwortungsbewusstsein und Besonnenheit.
Yeah, I see. That's a really broad range.
Very broad. Yeah.
I would say, also ich würde es als Gesundheit verstehen. Also Inseln der Gesundheit. So hatte ich verstanden. Also kind of island of health. I didn't know.
Yeah, we'll give more synonyms.
Thank you.
So health, islands of care, of of what was the other one I was thinking of? Coherence. Of welcoming compassion. Of
so this is much more, or you say if all this is fulfilled, there will be sanity. So there will be health for us. So we feel safe.
There is madness, like this sense of there is no coherence, like, oh, it's confusing, it's not safe. And in those states, we normally tend to go inside and try to feel safe. So there's when there's this madness going outside, when there's war, when there is confusion. But when there is coherence, there is this movement of, oh, here there's something that is nourishing. There's something that will hold me and allow me to be in service also, where there's a flow of receiving and giving happening in all directions. And the impact this has on the nervous system, it helps it to regulate, because there is a lot of wounds, relational wounds, that can only be healed in relation. We cannot heal them alone or just in therapy, because even if we're in therapy, there is a different role. I'm not saying I'm a therapist. I see the importance of therapy, but I'm still in a role where I have, I will not go into that role right now because there's a lot of things there. But when we're in a group and I'm received in that group as I am, there's something that starts to settle very deeply inside. So NVC, it's a set of tools, but I think the most important part of it, it's an awareness, an invitation to a kind of awareness and consciousness. That's the subtle layers of NVC. We can see the practices that are very important, like observation in a world where there's so much information. How can I use my capacity of being present to see what's true and what's not true? How can I keep being open to the world when it's painful and not completely numbing out to it? And also honoring that numbing, it's an intelligent, very intelligent resource when it's too much. No. I see time is moving fast, and I would like to share 2 images before we finish this first part. And the first one I want to share, yes, probably this one, yes. Share. Can you see it there? Can you see a picture there?
Yes.
Yes.
Let me reproduce.
Yes, we've seen a picture.
So this was the IIT in 2015. Okay. I'm there in blue and green and white, kind of the middle. And this was one of the last days. And the coherence we built there completely transformed my life. There was something to be in a space where we are allowed ourselves to be seen and to be open and curious to see others. And the other one I want to share is, oh no, here. The other one I want to share is here. Let's go here. And it's this one, share. So this is can you see the image?
Yes.
They found this, and it belongs to the Olmecs here in Mexico, de los Olmecas. I think it's about 2,500 years ago. And it represents a quality, because Teotl was translated as God, but actually it means qualities of nature, qualities of existence. And this is the Ometlot, means the God which is two, but it's one. And it has these two parts, which is Ometecutli, Omecihuatl, which represent the duality in the universe, which is that which is manifest, that which is not manifest, that which is hard, that which is soft, the feminine aspects and the masculine. But which is what really touches me of this picture is that they're in connection, they're looking at each other and they're touching each other. And if we allow ourselves to feel this quality, everything in life emerges from a connection.
Yeah.
Connection is the source of life itself. Our cells are in connection with our organs. Our bloodstream is in connection. We were born from the connection of two beings. So connection nourishes life. So honoring connection is honoring life itself. Stop sharing. And very grateful because we had a moment of connection here within us. And I would like to hear one or two voices just before we go to the next part. I want to be careful with the time because we said, yes, Simone.
Because I have a next meeting, so I would just like to thank you. For me, the main objective has been to meet you and to learn to know you. And I don't know, Marianne, will you be part of the Wartenburg team in May also? Are you?
Yeah,
okay.
I will be also. I will be also offering a Q&A session in April.
Okay.
So I will show the image right in a few minutes. But
okay.
Yes.
I just that was the reason why I was late. I couldn't find. I just put it in my agenda that I wanted to participate, but I hadn't registered before, and then I couldn't find the email, and I don't remember how I found the information. So that was a little bit difficult. But now I'm happy that I have been here, and I was really a little bit surprised that only so little people have been here. Like Justina said, I thought, oh my God, I just wanted to listen. But I was I'm really very grateful for meeting all of you and spending a little bit of time, and maybe see you another day. Bye.
Thank you, Simón. Pleased to have you here.
Hasta luego.
Hasta luego. And yes, let's hear one more voice before we go with Marianne. But I would like to hear, yes, what does it resonate? Yeah, what do you take from this? Or
Well, I have much to say, but I was waiting for the others to come. Let's say, Vania, would you like to share something, or should I go?
Please go. Please go.
I go. Oh, Osman.
I haven't been sharing at all, I know, and it's a little bit dark in here.
Yeah.
No, I was the reason why I signed up is because I was curious to know you, because I'm going to the IIT in Germany. And so it was the first time I had the opportunity to participate to a Zoom meeting. And I didn't have specific expectations for the night, but just, knowing who you are and how you are going to present yourself. And it's interesting. Different. I did IIT last year in Arnhem, and I'm already involved in NVC for a long time, participating in trainings and assisting also. So I really had to listen to you very carefully. I'm very much used to listen to your Mosenson. So that's I have to find my way in weighing the words that you use in order to see where you are. So that was a challenge for me at this very moment. But I do love the Isle of Sanity. Like I do love the so actually for me the supernatural health that's it can be in the air. And for me it's not really a tool, it's a way of living. So I'm lucky that I've already transpassed that part, that I'm in a way of living instead of remembering what I'm doing and what I have to do. So yeah, and I adore my triggers, that are my best friends. Yeah.
Thank you, Verendina. So I'll see you in the IIT, and it was really
absolutely sweet.
Really sweet to meet you before, and then I'll see you there then.
Yeah.
Thank you for being here, and thank you for sharing how it landed on you and the challenging part of the words. And
it's
I appreciate
that's exactly what it is. Meet at the energy that you start from in order to meet the other person and to be curious in the other person and building bridges in order to understand what it's about. So it's the curiosity to really hear what you try to say and being silent with myself and receiving the message. So thank you.
Thank you, Verendina. Simón, you wanted to say something also, so let's go with you, and then let's go with Marianne.
So I came here out of curiosity to know this space and to know the style that you will be using. And so the fate wanted today that I have a previous meeting at 1:00 this morning. And this meeting was about, let's say, team coaching, so coaching of teams. And the style that has been used in that webinar was completely different to what I would have liked to hear, and completely different to what I'm experiencing here. But what I want to say is that life gave me this polarity today. So to experience something that is too much oriented towards solutions, maybe, or towards something that can be measured, but it's on the surface. And then I see here the other polarity. There is something that maybe cannot be so well measured, but it's really go to the depth. And at the end, what I want to have is that out of depth come to the solution, come to practice, and not the other way around. And the other way around, I don't think it works. And so then I just think that life is guiding me, or maybe bringing me to this new, so to NVC or whatever it is, and also has already brought me on this path. And then I'm just here out of curiosity to see, okay, let's see what will be and what kind of space will be created. Yeah. I don't know if you know Theory U from Otto Scharmer, the Presencing Institute. Okay, maybe Vania not, Marianne, yes. So I see a lot of similarities to what you have told us today, and to that kind of teaching, or let's say, yeah, teaching, yeah. Okay, good. Thanks for giving me the opportunity to talk.
Thank you, Simon. Thank you. Really nice to meet you. And I don't know if we're going to have the opportunity to meet each other, but I hope someday. And yes, thank you for bringing your voice into the space. And yeah, what you mentioned, from solution-based practicity, problem solving, and then the other part, more the transcendent part of where does this awareness arises. And yes, this is how can we make an NVC which is practical, but it's also rooted in something deep from this awareness, no? So yes, thank you for bringing this. And Marianne, I will pass
this is, if I may say, this is exactly what you mentioned, Simone. It's exactly what I see in mediations. If you can stay on the practical side, or you go just down the iceberg and you see what's happening underneath, and then the practical things are not so difficult to fix. It's exactly actually what I experiment in mediations. Yeah. So if you stay at the surface, then you may be nice today, but then tomorrow you start all over again. So, yeah.
Thank you, Berendina. So if we have a little bit time at the end, I will open it just to give also voices for you, Justina and Osman. But first, Mariana, do you want to share a little bit about your presentation next month?
Yes, thank you. Yeah, I want to invite all of you to my Q&A session then, and I will show you a slide I prepared for it, so you can see. So you see it?
Not yet. Now, yes.
Yeah. Okay. So it will be on the 20th of April, so in about a month, at 6 Berlin time. And it will be about life-serving power. So we will have the chance to reflect on this, to speak about this. I will also share an exercise, how to connect, how to deepen it. Of course, it's only a short diving in, but yeah, I would be happy to see you there, actually. So, and if you are kind of following, for example, on Facebook, the event IIT, then you will get the information, or yeah, also on the CNVC website, there is it found, so you can register. And I can put the link in the chat to register when I think I start sharing screen, okay? And then I put the link in the chat. I prepared it.
How long will your session be at the 20th? Because the 20th of April is on a Monday, right?
Could you repeat this?
The 20th of April is on a Monday, right?
Yes, it's a Monday.
Yeah. So how long will your session be?
Yeah, it will also be 1 hour, kind of the session, and then 15 minutes Q&A answer.
Okay. Because I would have to leave at 7 because I have an orchestra rehearsal. Where I have to be, so I have to leave at 7, but I would love to attend. So if that's okay with you, that I leave.
Yeah, that's absolutely okay. You're welcome. And I put the link is in the chat.
Yeah, I see it. Thank you.
Yeah. So I would also, Vania, maybe you pin me for a moment.
Yes.
Can you do this? So I'm seeing. So I'm here also to answer any question you have around the IIT. Maybe there is still questions you want to put, and then that's an opportunity right now to do it. So waiting if there is any question.
Yeah, I have. I have a question. Let's say, so it's pretty personal, but maybe it can be useful also for the others. So I'm in contact with my assessor, or let's say I started the contact with my assessor a couple of
Johannes, right?
weeks ago. Yeah.
I remember correctly. Yeah.
Johannes, yeah, right.
My colleague.
And then so one of my questions, I was also in contact with Stephanie Bachmann. And the question to both of them was, is it too early to join an IIT? So as I told you, let's say the first contact with NVC was maybe 10 years ago, and then I practice it a bit. So let's say I offer it to people I'm working with, and I try to use it also. But so the first real training day, I will have it tomorrow. So tomorrow and the day after. This will be the first training days. So then the question is it too early to join an intensive training where they told me, well, that's it. That is my question.
Yeah. So in my experience, I would say no, because we have really a broad range of participants. So there will be absolute beginners. There will be very experienced people like Berenina. You sounded like very experienced already. So I think there is a huge range. So and we try to, as trainers, we try to offer workshop that really kind of suits for everyone. We will offer a foundation track, so for people who are new to NVC or just interested in, wow, I want to be in another introduction to NVC. So we will offer different things. So, and I think so that's my experience, after 2-3 days, it will be mixed, completely mixed. So there's, and I think it's also a chance to live community and kind of have cross-pollination between people more new into NVC, people more experienced, to help each other, so and enrich themselves in their way of learning. So for me, no, it's absolutely open for everyone, and as I saw it and experienced it, it's a rich experience, and everyone can take a lot out of it, because it's intense also, because it's 9 days. So it will be really a diving in to NVC, into community, into connection. So, yeah.
May I say something out of experience? Last year was my first IIT, but I was already a little bit experienced in NVC. But there were I think quite a group of beginners. And since you have these community groups that you meet each other at the end of the day, there are beginners and there are people who are already used to work or talk NVC, however you want to say it. And it's very nice to have the integration of both. It's because, first of all, the beginner, I hate the word beginner, but if you are a beginner, then it's nice to talk to somebody that you can ask about because you didn't understand something at your lesson. Or you have an evening offering where you have sort of a highlight that you say, oh yes, that's something I really wanted to talk about. And there was somebody in my group here in Arnhem who did in Wagtenburg, and she's coming this year as well. She's coming from Bucharest, and we stayed in a buddy group. So we are already in a buddy group for a year, and we meet every month online. One in Belgium, she in Bucharest, and I'm in the Netherlands. And that is also the upside of, I'm then the most trained of all of them, but I don't care. It's it's the experience of listening and empathy, and how are you with the other. And so it doesn't matter which level you are, and nobody really feels that you are a beginner or you are already a few years on the line, you know. So that's what I see as a participant. I hope that helps.
Yes, thank you, Bernardina. I really enjoyed it. And thank you also for mentioning that there will be smaller group, empathy groups, family groups, different names. So that's really a good anchor also to have, a smaller space, like a cozy nest to give each other empathy, to ask questions, to get support, to give support. So that's what you're mentioning. And it's so beautiful to hear how this is kind of this sharing this intense experience during 9 days is kind of, carrying through a whole year together. So
exactly. And it gives this, what Vania says, it gives you the idea of community building, because that's how it works. And that's how you get to a community really full space at the end of the 11 days or 9 days.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, Simone, how does it land with you?
That's good to hear. So I heard the voice of the organizer and the voice of the participant. So it's great. And I think I was reflecting on the past days. If I can call myself a beginner, then I was already out of this concept of being a beginner, because I would say it's more out of let's say out of curiosity, really. So being open and coming with a willingness to see, to observe, and to take part, and maybe as Vania was mentioning, to be part of something, to belong to something. Yeah.
And as you mentioned, Theory U, for example, so I'm imagining that you already bring a lot of this kind of the worldview. You are already kind of entered a new paradigm. So there we have the basis. So even if you're not so much, maybe don't have so much practice in the exercises we will do, but you bring kind of a different understanding of the world. So that's really important. So
and I'm particularly interested in exercising, so in doing exercise, and to really take part of exercises, not only listening to theory, but listening to experiences and being part of exercises.
That will we do for sure on
it's
absolutely. So I want to acknowledge the time, because we are kind of a little bit over time, just to see. So you can also connect me directly, Simone, if you have more questions or so. So I can put my email also in there. But you have my email, so that's okay. So any other question, or is it okay if we finish here? Just to see.
A quick question. Is there a book or the book that you suggest to read before the IIT?
One book I really love. That's because it's a lot about it's from Marshall. That's for me something that's I'm valuing, and it's a book that's a lot about kind of the attitude behind NVC. It's more about the understanding, the complete understanding, also kind of the spiritual background. And that's in German. It's Konflikte lösen mit gewaltfreier Kommunikation. I don't know how it's in English. If it's
conflict solutions. Conflict solutions with NVC application. It's from Liv Larsen, isn't it?
This between Marshall Rosenberg and Gabriele Salz, a German trainer. It's not very thick, but I think it's really profound, and it's so good to read it. I read it often, when I was a trainer and before I did an introduction, I was often kind of reading the book to kind of recharge myself. So that's a book I'm really recommending. And there is a lot more. So yeah, but
I really like this one, Practical Spirituality.
It's also for Marshall.
Also Marshall, yeah.
Why do you like it?
Because it makes it practical. What does it mean to have a practical spirituality, embodied, not the one who is only in the transcendence? It's also immanent. And how can we honor this? Because it's a very spiritual approach.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Marshall didn't mention it as much.
But it's very spiritual, yeah.
But there is a very spiritual back. And how can we bring it in a way that it's embodied? That's embodied.
He was mentioning spirituality more and more in his kind of the later years. So that was what I experiencing.
And I think that's part of the fragmentation and the trauma we live as societies. We're afraid of talking about spirituality because there's so much religious trauma for thousands of years. But we actually have, there's something that is really alive. And it's there.
It's extremely interesting to look at spirituality as a phenomenon independent from any religion.
Exactly.
That makes sense.
Yes.
Yeah.
One day I hope there's going to be science and spirituality. They're going to find each other.
Yeah, that's what I hope too.
They're not going to be separated. Yeah. And yeah, because it comes from observation also. That's what all the mystic practices invites us to connect with breath and with observation. And needs is beautiful. Needs, come on. What is needs? Wow.
Needs is best friend.
Wow. Needs is like a mysterious thing alive. No? And before leaving, I just want to check Osman, Justina. I'm so happy you were both here. I don't know if you want to say just a couple of words, or if you, I just want to take care of that because finally we were intimate here and I want to honor that. We were together here.
I just wanted to thank you all. Thank you. I also sent my email address in the chat, so if anyone wants to connect, you are more than welcome. Thank you.
Osman, brother.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you very much. It is a very good space and I enjoy joining it. I hope to continue joining and to take part in the IIT in time to come, inshallah.
And I encourage you, Osman, send your inscription in any IIT and ask for financial support and let's see what happens, because there's a movement inside the CNVC that wants to bring it more to the brothers of Latin America and Africa, and there's a lot of creativity starting to emerge to see how we can make that happen more, because it's important. It's important that this is spread all around the world. ¿Verdad, Marianne?
What did you say?
Do you resonate with this?
Yes, absolutely. I resonate with everything you're saying.
Okay, so yes, I'm really grateful with each one of you. I want, yes, to express gratitude for the most beautiful gift you can bring into space, which is your presence. The most sacred thing that we can give is our presence. And in this moment, we had the opportunity to be 6 souls present here together, 7 also. And yeah, sending blessings to each one of you. Really looking forward to meet you personally, Berendina and Simon. We don't know, and someday Justina, Osman, or road will cross. And thank you, Marianne. Thank you, sister, for being part of the islands of coherence and sanity where I can go and resource myself and belong. And yeah, thank you for creating and spaces like this around the world. It matters. It matters what you do.
Thank you as well for your efforts and your input. Thank you so much.
Thank you for coming, all of you.
Thank you. Have a lovely day.
Have a lovely evening, day.
Evening, night.
Take care.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The pleasure is ours. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.